Pakistan returned to the UN Security Council, a high-stakes diplomatic clash with India over Kashmir and global reforms. Welcome to Global Insight, your trusted source for the most pressing international developments. Our focus shifts to Pakistan, which begins its 8 terms as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Councils in 2025. This development comes at a critical juncture in South Asian and global diplomacy. Pakistan aims to spotlight the Kashmir issue on the international stage, a continuous matter with its neighbor India. Meanwhile, India remains steadfast in its dual objectives, countries Pakistan narratives and advancing long-overdue reform in the Security Councils to secure a permanent seat. The United Nations agenda? Let's break it down. Now, Pakistan elections to the United Nations Security Councils as a non-permanent member has sparked widespread discussions and heightening expectations. This marks the country's 8th term, underscoring its commitment to playing an active role in global diplomacy. Our renewed focus on Kashmir at the forefront of Pakistan agenda is the Kashmir issue, which Islamabad has long championed as the matter of international concern. Pakistani leaders argue that the Kashmiri people's rights to self-determination as outlined in UN resolutions remains unfulfilled. Islamabad plans to highlight alleged human rights violations in Indian-administrated Kashmir and call for a global response. Now, Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar recently emphasized Pakistan's determinations to engage constructively in the Security Councils while advocating for justice and fairness for oppressed communities. India counter-strategies. India, however, has categorically rejected Pakistan's Kashmir-centric approach, asserting that Kashmir is an internal matter. New Delhi is shifting the focus towards Security Council's reform, particularly its long-standing campaign for permanent membership.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.
Now, India positioned itself as a leading voice for the global south, emphasizing the need for a restructured UNSC that better reflects contemporary global realities. Together with Brazil, Germany, and Japan, the G4 nations, India is pushing for a more equitable and inclusive UN framework. India diplomats view Pakistan's move as a tactic and are likely to counter them by rallying support among other member states. The broader implications this diplomatically rival is set to complicate the Security Council's ability to address its already crowded agenda, which include pressing issues such as climate change, global peacekeeping, and counter-terrorism. Now, analysts predict that Pakistan may lean on support from China, a permanent member of the UNSC, to amplify its positions on Kashmir. Meanwhile, India is expected to strengthen ties with nations advocating for UNSC reform, its economics and geopolitical influence. Now, global reactions and the road ahead. The international community remains divided. Some nations back UNSC reforms to reflect 21st century's realities, while others, including Pakistan, stress the need for reforms that are comprehensive and inclusive. The outcomes of these debates will have far-reaching consequences for the UN's ability to address global challenges effectively. So, as Pakistan and India navigate the complexities of their roles within the UN Security Councils, the world watches with bated breath. The Kashmir issues remains a continuous flashpoint, while the demand for Security Council's reform reflects the shifting landscape of global power. So, will Pakistan succeed in its bid to internationalize the Kashmir's dispute, or will India's reform agenda pave the way for a more inclusive Security Councils? Only time will tell how the high-stake diplomatically rival unfolds, but one thing is certain: the year ahead will shape regional and global dynamic in profound ways. So thank you for joining us and thank you for watching on Global Insight. So stay tuned for more in-depth analysis and updates on international affairs. Until next time, this is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news, Desi TV USA, DTVNN and our OTT platform DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.